You know, BJ, after Disney World, I was feeling so youthful and full of life. And then I got to Jacksonville and realized we're surrounded by teenagers. And now I'm feeling a little ancient.
Yeah, the under 21 demographic kind of showed up big here.
They always are here in Florida, but here at this particular stop, it was a veritable Q iPad fountain of youth with Jess and BJ. Which means that 6 people in the 320 person field were under the age of 21, but considering we've had like 3, 2, this is a lot more, and
more than we've had in our previous WPTs.
Performed well.
Yeah.
Before I realized I just spoiled our settle up because I said there were 320 players in the field.
Well, let's go ahead and kill it.
How many players were we going to get? The bookie set the line at 333. We both took the under, and it was pretty close. I was impressed with the line. It was 320. We both win.
Yes. Okay. So today.
All right. Back to the youths. Rubbing in our age. I don't like it. Okay. Now we had 6, right?
Right. 1 on day 1A, 5 on day 1B.
And how many do we have now after the day 1s are over?
We've only lost 1. And 3 of them are above average in chips. 1's average, 1 a little below.
2 of them that are above average in chips are like big stack.
Top
10. We had Robert Gorodetsky on day 1A that we were like, wow, this 21-year-old and under guy has the surfboard for the last longer locked up. Just kidding, because Brandon Barnes, who was Club WPT Player of the Day, ended with 145.6, I think. And so he is the top performing youngster in the bunch
so
at just
far.
19 too.
But that doesn't win him anything. It's whoever lasts the longest.
So,
how many make it to day 3? Bookie sets the line at 1.5.
We are playing 5 90-minute levels today, so I'm going to, with the big stacks that these guys have, I figure at least one of them gets through and another that I'll take the over.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be 2. I may even see 3 going through to day 3.
Wow.
But
Are
I'm
you
not calling my
exact
shot. I am
on
not
3?
calling my shot. I'm not calling my shot.
I don't know what calling
Relax.
a shot means because it
No,
doesn't
you don't.
jive with the rest
Thank you
of
for
the
admitting
English
that.
language. So, all right, so we had them in the field yesterday. We also had a lot of re-entries in the field yesterday. We lost 61 people on day 1A, 62.
62, but 1 re-entered even though he had a
well, I was going to say, of
62
those,
survived.
39, we think, re-entered into the tournament, which is a higher than average percentage that we see. So,
yes.
Lots of re-entries, and some guys really made the most of their re-entries, including Matt Marifiati, who was one of the chip leaders all day long.
He was in that crazy hand on day 1A where he quintupled up with a set of 7s, but he couldn't parlay that into anything. Busted by the end of the day. Totally came through on day 1B, finished, what, 113,000
Late
chips?
regged, and then finished with 113,000. He did well. Byron Caverman came back and did really well. What did he end the day with?
Caverman 134, so
nice.
he's up
Way to
probably
go,
top
Byron.
10, top 15.
And David Diaz was one of the re-entries that ended with over 100,000 as well. Several other people did that and survived the day. We also had a nice contingent of people who were explaining on Twitter. It was interesting to see what the mindset was behind entering only on day 1B.
Oh, yeah.
One of those, Andy Frankenberger, was explaining his thoughts about it. Chris Klodnicki came for just 1 day. Matt Brady had been in Disney World like us, couldn't get enough of it, came late. So there were plenty of those, and then we also saw Gigi Gagne in action for the first time since Seminole.
Yes, our Lucky Hearts Poker Open second place finisher. But today, how'd she do?
She was off to a good start, as I heard by the Gigi ringing out across the poker room.
Heard by the Gigi.
She busted a player in a big hand, and she was talking some smack to the table. Although it was kind of funny because she had Emnon Philippi and Hoyt Horkins at her table, and she was like, "I'm not messing with you two." She points to Eli Burke. "I don't know if I'm messing with you," and she goes to someone I didn't recognize. You're the next to go. He was not the next to go, though.
Ballsy.
Actually, Gigi was one of the next to go. She didn't quite finish through the day. She decided to commit to top pair on a 10 high board with queen 10, only to run into kings. Tripled up, then busted out. So.
But she was sitting next to David Jackson, who was chip leader for much of the evening, ended up second in the chips for day 1B.
Oh, because Amini Shabani,
right, who
came
we
on strong at the
discovered
end.
just in the final half hour
he
or
just
so.
swooped there at the very end.
But nobody caught Darren Elias's 200,000 plus
No
from
one
day 1A.
eclipsed 200,000, so.
Right.
We will have to see how Darren holds on to his, if Darren holds on to his
Darren
chip
begins day 2 as the overall chip leader.
with 100.
200.
How many players are coming? No, I'm asking how many players are coming back.
Sorry, what was our total field size?
62.
320, 160. We've got
160
exactly
-ish.
half the field left.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes today. In the meantime, time to wrap things up with question of the day.
Fountain of Youth themed?
What is your favorite fountain? Isn't there just one?
No, there's actually none. It's fictional.
Oh.
Okay, what is your favorite children's book?
See, I kind of want to pick Tuck Everlasting now because we're talking about fountains of youth. You're too old for this one, I guess. But I'm not. I'm going to pick Harold and the Purple Crayon.
I like Harold and the Purple Crayon.
I was an imaginative kid. I really loved I had the 96 boxer of Crayolas and loved crayons,
imaginative kids really only need the 8-pack of crayons. But anyway, my pick is the Winnie the Pooh books. Just the classic compilation. As children's books go, easily my favorite. Because stuff actually happens and the players kind of react to it in kind of interesting philosophical ways.
You like a book
the different
because
archetypes.
Stuff happens. I just mentioned a book where a kid draws his own universe with a crayon. That's stuff happening.
No, that's
really?
a kid sitting at a desk with a piece of paper. That's not anything happening, see?
As opposed to a kid playing with his stuffed animals in the woods.
No. Well, actually, if that were the case, no, but within the world, it's actual stuff. Within Harold's world, it's still just him drawing stuff. Within the world of Winnie the Pooh.
Have you read Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Yes, it's on his imagination. Winnie the Pooh stuff is real within the confines of the book.
I don't even want to continue this conversation because I'm afraid I'm going to dash some of your childhood expectations about reality and imagination, and I'm scared what that's going to lead to.